Well, I just got down here to the bottom of, well, I guess it's the top, but to the bottom of my route. And this is I came down from this way. This is the entrance to the Monarch Canyon. And I haven't gotten set up yet, but I found a nice little spot right here. I'm not really sure if you can keep going down there. I'm sure some Jeeps and four-wheelers and stuff go. I don't need to go that far. I'm gonna set up camp in a few minutes, but I thought I'd just take a quick survey of the area. It is quiet. Little breezy. Little chill in the air. I'll put a picture of this overhang. Oh man. I was looking at this on Google Earth, and you can't really tell in here, no depth, but right there it's all undercut. So it's like this gigantic overhang into the canyon floor over here. I don't really see anything that looks too loose, so I'm not concerned or anything. A little bit of debris up there, but, well, I say a little bit. That boulder right there is probably about the size of my truck. But still, I don't think anything's going to happen. It's a nice quiet spot. That was a nice drive coming in too, really pretty. So, that's funny, I can hear my echo. I'm going to go ahead and just take a quick survey, a quick walk around, and then I'm going to get everything set up for the night. In this video, I'm going to check out the Monarch Mine. It's an old mine from, I think the basic reports on it show 1906 to 1911, or 1911, and there might be some stuff from 1904. I'll have to go through everything. Nice vein running through the bedrock here. Nice one. Look at that guy. Oh, well, shoot. Might have to come down here. I didn't really plan on making a fire, but I don't know, maybe we'll, maybe we won't. But the mine is down around this corner, and tomorrow I'll be checking that out first thing. But tonight, let's get some rest. Little cave right there. Hopefully the quality is good, the video and everything. I'm shooting part of this on my phone and part of this on my camera, so. Alright, time to set up camp before it gets dark. See you in a bit. Here's a shot of the old road I just walked down. Now there's a path, footpath, that continues over this ridge here. I don't feel like taking that right now. So behind these reeds I just drop down, walk through the wash, and there's a nice little path that people have created over the years, probably from just cutting through here. I wouldn't suggest walking through here during the summertime, snakes and such, but right now it's about 45 degrees out, nice and cool, really quiet, so you can hear anything moving around and stuff, and you don't really have to worry about snakes or anything. Alright, I think after this drop right here, this little falls area, I shouldn't have much more to go to get to the mine. Let's get going. Alright, I stopped real quick, pull the camera out, I can start to see the ore chute. See if I can see it on here. Right, should be right around there. It's hard to see it through the camera. Alright, there we go. There's the stamp. This was a one stamp mill, as they figured it'd be a little easier to process it on site instead of shipping all the ore that they were digging out to Rhyolite. Alright, let's get down there. I'll turn it back on. Alright, I'm downstream of the mill. You can see it right there in the middle. Ore bin going up the hill. I thought I'd take a walk down to the end of the wash. Well, it's not the end of the wash, but there's a large, it should be a large waterfall. It should drop down like 50 feet or so. So I thought I'd just walk down here, look around and see what's to be seen. I've seen a couple pieces of pipe down here, probably from the water line. I guess they ran a small water line for the one stamp mill, and it was enough to operate just the one. I'm guessing there's a pretty good looking spring down here. I don't know if it's the actual name, but I'm calling it the Monarch Spring. And it's pretty substantial. It's real. It's funny to see that in Death Valley. You look on Google Earth and you actually can find a bunch of them all over the place. You see green spots just pop out of everywhere, little oases. Sorry, I was looking real quick. Real heavy, dark piece. Alright, let's get going. Anyway, seen a couple pieces of ore cart track and some wood remnants, some strap steel, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, there's a piece of pipe right there. So I am guessing that they ran water from down here. There's a big spring around the corner. If I can't get to that, I think I'll probably just go ahead and show a picture of it from a shot from Google Earth. You can see it starts to get a little green here. It's really neat seeing how the rock formed. And there are just bands and bands of quartz, mineralized too. And they just run everywhere all throughout this canyon. Alright, well, I got a little bit more to go. I'll turn the camera back on when I get down there. You can see the springs area. Alright. Alright, I started getting down to the bottom of the wash here. I started running into a couple pieces of debris. You can see, I'll go look at those real quick, but I'm not sure. This could be, got some old tin right here, corrugated steel. This might be the remnants of, they built a little assay shop, but I guess it didn't last too long and it burnt down right away. But I thought this was pretty neat. Check this out. Look at that board. You can see the old pins, the old dowels. It's pretty thick. Tongue and groove style. That's pretty cool though. Not sure what that was for, but go ahead and put it over here for safekeeping. I don't know if that really looks like assaying stuff, but I'm not sure. Oh, there you go. Let's see. I'll have to look that up. It's pretty neat. This looks like it went somewhere over here. Yeah, right there. It's interesting. Looks like it's got some kind of a concave section there. Wonder how this one fit into it. Pretty neat no matter what. I'll have to look those up and see what that was. I'll leave that there. Alright, let's see what's over here. Tin from the roof. Oh, someone lost their hat. Alright, well, if I see any more interesting stuff, I'll turn the camera back on. Continue down the wash. Alright, so I just came over that edge there, following the wash down, and it sort of widened out. I'm up on the ledge a little bit. You can see the wash right down there. I come up on this little ledge and start seeing the stacked rock, and I realize this is the old road. And I start seeing debris. Hopefully the wind started blowing through here isn't too bad on the camera. Got a whole bunch of pieces right here. It doesn't really look like this was a structure, so I'm wondering if they just sort of set like a stack of lumber down or something. Maybe to come back later and get it. Just never got around to it. There are some pieces here and there scattered down the wash. Oh, here we go. Here's a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's see. There's a little bit more up here with a piece of pipe. Go up here and check this out real quick. Got a flat area, and you can see that. So they probably had something up here, maybe a little shack or something. Some more wood. That might have been a door. There's a 4x4. There's some wood. Yeah. See how it's still in bundles? See the tie. The twist tie is right there. And this is all like tongue and groove stuff, so they were probably going to build a shack. Oh, you know what though? I remember reading through the reports that I want to say it was like 1906 to 9 or somewhere in that area, I think. The original guy, I'll have to pull up his name again, that located the mine. I think later on he leased it back from someone who he had sold it to. If I remember right, it was Keene Mining, and he ended up leasing it back later, and he had, I believe it was him or maybe the previous owner or leasee, because Keene didn't do anything with the mine and with the Monarch, and one of those two owners had actually purchased the house for, I guess, a swimming pool area down in Rhyolite, and they disassembled it, and they were going to use all of that lumber to build and more infrastructure and stuff in the mine. But the reports disappear after, I believe it was either 1909 or 1911, and nobody else gave any reports or indications that any more work had been done. So I have a feeling, looking at this, I see a lot of pieces with holes drilled in them and all sorts of stuff, and then these bundles are all wired together. I'm willing to bet that this was probably the lumber that was the housing structure for around the community pool or whatever it was called in Rhyolite. Very neat. Very neat. Yeah, see, here's more bundles. I guess they bought it and disassembled everything. Maybe this is as far as it made it. It's funny, when money runs out, work stops. Here's looking down the wash farther. You can see how it gets real green down there. That's the spring, the main spring area. You can see this road continues. I'm gonna nose around for a minute, see what there is to see, and then if I find anything interesting, I'll go ahead and turn the camera back on, and then I'll maybe just follow this little road down there to the spring, and then turn around and head back up to the mine. Alright, I'll be with you in a minute. Alright, I know I feel like I'm stopping every 5 seconds, but here's the pathway walking down. The old road on the side, you can see the hand-stacked rock. And I come across and there's this huge boulder with a nice undercut in it. Little hand-stacked rocks around there. Looks like maybe some kind of a quick shelter. I don't know who put these ones here. It doesn't really look like they built a structure. You can see the tie right there. Sort of looks like they just used some bundles. And we're maybe trying to set them in place. Temporary shelter. Something like that. Not exactly sure. Oh, this one looks like it has paint on it or something. Green. It's not mold or anything, it's too dry out here. It's pretty cool though. And I'm walking down to get to the end of the wash there, and like usual, when you walk around you look, you're right down there. Where are we at? That's crazy, it's so hard to see on the camera. Oh, there. Should be right about there. There's a adit right there. So, I'm only going to go as far as that, and then that'll be the end for this, and we'll turn around and go back to the mine. It's nice, the sun's coming out now. See, it is 10:37. It's starting to light up the whole side of the cliffs in the canyon. It's really neat. Alrighty, back to it. Alright, well, I'm here at the bottom of that section of wash where it turns into the spring. It came from up that way, and you can see, I mean, I'm pretty high right now. I'm on an outcropping probably 50 feet or so up. That mine that I saw is right around the corner right there. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna go check that out. I don't feel like traipsing through that. It doesn't look like it's much from here, but those reeds and all that stuff and grass and trees and stuff are, looks like willows or something. Man, that stuff's about 10 feet tall. But anyway, the spring goes down that way and runs for quite a ways where it's real nice and green. But the canyon is just, it's beautiful right here. It's so funny looking through the lens on the camera. It doesn't even, you can't even get an idea with a flat picture just how big everything is out here. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back that way and I'll look, I don't know if you can see it, but right about there there may be a walkway that might lead over to the edge, and then I can walk up over to it. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not here for that. And I don't feel like getting bit by some sleeping rattlesnakes. So alright, I'm gonna head down this and go check that out. If that's no good, I'll see you guys at the mine. Alright, I'm on my way back up to the mine, and I see on the walkway there's a couple pieces of pretty good looking quartz. Just seems sort of out of place, maybe dropped or something like that. Who knows, could have been washed over time or whatever. But Clayton had one of these, cracked it open. Looks like we got galena. Pretty nice looking stuff. I'll put some pictures of this on there. You can see them better than the camera's showing here. Alright, head on up. Alright, we're back at the mine. You can see the mill there, and then the ore chute going up. And then I believe that piece up there at the top, if I remember right, it's called a tissel. I'm guessing that's pretty much where the ore cart dumped into, and then maybe like screened it or something like that. Maybe like a classifier or something. I'll have to look it up. And then it shot down and went to the mill. I'll get some close-ups of that in a minute. Just this angle is pretty neat because where the tissel is, you can sort of see a flat area right there. I don't know if there's much left, but there is, in the reports it says that there are some ore cart tracks leading to the mine, which is back over there. So first, let's head down and check out the mill. Alright, so here we are at the mine. Now, technically, this mine does not have a name, but because it never really got up to major production scale, but it is referred to in reports and stuff like that as, because it's in the Monarch Canyon, they pretty much refer to it as the Monarch Mine or the Monarch Canyon Mine. And this was a single stamp mill. Now this mill was built later. I guess the original location of the mine was established in, I believe it was 1905 by a gentleman, and I could be wrong on the name. If I am, I'll put the right name in the video. And his name was A.K. Ishmael, I believe. So Ishmael ended up selling the mine, or no, I believe he leased it out first to two gentlemen, one from LA and another guy. I can't remember his name. I think it's Gerald or something like that. And leased it out to those two gentlemen for, I think it was like $20,000, which back then was a lot of money. And those two gentlemen had it from 1906 to 1909. And reports are they pretty much had just driven a 75-foot long tunnel, and early reports were showing basically almost ounce per ton ore is what they were getting out. So Ishmael, I guess, ended up, the lease ended, nothing really too dramatic happened, and I guess the mine ended up back in Ishmael's hands, and he ended up selling it to the Keene mining group or corporation or whatever that's called, that had to do with the Keene Wonder Mine, I'm sure, part of that. So Keene didn't do anything with the mine. They just sort of sat on it, probably because if it was the Keene Wonder guys, they were making tons of money over there anyway. So a couple years went by and Ishmael leased it for 21-year lease back from Keene. And then I think not too much happened with Ishmael, but he partnered with that Gerald guy, or Harold, or however you say it, and they went and Ishmael left, went back to Europe, and then Gerald, or Harold, however you say him, he ended up building he extended the tunnel a little bit, drove another shaft, and then, or not a shaft, another exploratory area. That one says maybe 100 feet or so. And he didn't want to spend a ton of money having all the ore shipped to Rhyolite area to be processed, so he just got the money together and built this little one stamp mill that we see now. And I guess the mill ran pretty good, did fine, but reports were pretty sketchy. Very few comments made it into the Bullfrog newspaper, and it sort of just fizzled away, and nothing really else happened. There were no more reports on this particular spot after 1911. So I'm gonna go ahead, quit yapping, and then I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link in the video in the description for you can read up on the mine yourself and check it out. It's pretty neat, the history and stuff. And now I'm just gonna walk around and check everything out. We'll head up. There's a really rough path, but we'll head up and we'll see if we can go check out the mine, and if it's okay looking, maybe go inside, but it just depends. We'll see what it's like. Alright. Alright, well, there's the mine right there, the mill. And there's a ledge you can follow, and up top, probably about, I don't know, 30 feet higher than the mill, there's this little remnants of a building here. I don't know, maybe this was like a little, maybe this was another assaying office or something, because the original assay office, I guess, burnt down almost immediately after they built it, because they wanted to do on-site smelting and check the ore and stuff like that for the grade. But I don't know, I can't really tell if this looks like it was burned. I don't see any black, just looks like it broke down. And so I don't know, maybe this was another second attempt at a assay office. But right next to it, I thought maybe this was dynamite storage, but it looks like it goes back in there a little bit. So Guess we'll take a quick trip. You can see footprints. Plenty of people been in here looking. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm not one of those rush through the mine kind of guys. I like to look. I know this lighting's probably horrible. Oh, there's an ore chute. Pack rat's nest. Just give me a sec, I'm looking around. A lot of voids. It's interesting. Pretty big ore chute. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see daylight up there. I'll go down here and see how much farther this goes. Whoa. It's really weird. Just stepped across this line and it got really warm. Like really warm. That is really weird. I'd say it jumped up to at least, I don't know, 60, 70 degrees. Ties on the ground. I know this light is not very good. It's very bright in one spot. Alright, what do we got? There's a right and a left. Right looks like it goes quite a bit. Left looks like it's just this chute with some ventilation line. interesting. An old section of ore cart track. It's weird. I'll try to zoom in. Let me set the camera and the flashlight. See if I can zoom in down there. I'm not going down there. So that area on the ground, it's not really picking it up very well, but it's very sulfury, very yellow. But I think I am good. I'm not walking on that stuff. I'll head back. Alright, back out that little section we just walked through next to these building remnants. I'm not sure what that was. That was so weird. As soon as I walked past that ore chute, I don't know, maybe it was just creating a cooling blanket or something like that coming down the ore chute, because it's open to the top upper level. But man, once you walk past that, it had to be 70 plus degrees. Just sort of weird. I don't know, maybe it mountain stores all the heat from the 120 degree days, and then all the space before the ore chute cools it off, since it was blowing fresh air down through there. But man, none of it went the back way. None of it went into the back. Alright, well, walking down now to the mill. I'm gonna go check this out. Can't even imagine building that chute. Climbing up there. Pretty neat. A wooden flywheel. See the wedge driven in there, coming out a little bit. Old bearings. Pretty good size ore bin. Here's looking inside the ore bin. The report said 1 ounce per ton. So, if you were ever wondering, I guess that's what 1 ounce per ton ore looks like. It's all over the place. Alright, well, let's see if I can get a better position. It's funny too, look at that. A lot of stuff's bolted, but then you get stuff like this. It's been here for a long time and it's all held in place with nails. They knew what they were doing though. Alright, now I'm up here at the top of the ore chute. It's pretty high. It's really neat too, seeing the old chute, how they built it. You can see all these cross pieces here. Most of them are intact as you look down the line, but those were to keep the ore from bouncing right out of the chute. And then the metal lined on the bottom. It's all worn out and pretty much shredded. Looking back, you can see some of the trestle has collapsed. And there's where the ore cart tracks came out and dumped into the chute, or the tissel, or whatever it's called. I'm going to look that up. Alright, well I'm going to get up there and follow the ore cart tracks, or what used to be the ore cart tracks, to the mine. Alright, I'm back. There's the chute, and here's the trestle section of the ore cart tracks, where they would dump into the tissel or screener or divider, whatever, grizzly, and send it on down to the mill. And the ore cart tracks they have been pulled up, but they're littered all over the place. If you're up here, you can see them all over. It's pretty neat checking out the old pieces of track. But they're all over the place. And then right here, next to where the bridge starts, there's a big old pile of ore. And I'm assuming that's the good stuff, because as we look down over here, the mine is over here, and there's a whole bunch of probably the waste rock they threw out. A lot of quartz mixed into that too, because there's just quartz everywhere up here. But I'm assuming some of these pieces could be from the ore cart itself falling out or whatever. At least over by the bridge where they stacked it up. Now I'm guessing this is going to be the 100-foot tunnel, because the original one was estimated at 75 feet or so, and then later on they also did another 100-foot section, and I'm assuming this is it. I'm not 100% sure though. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it looks like this is all washed away. And those pieces of track probably came out right there. Curved over here. Came down. And then followed down the line. See, there's another piece. Track right there too. Like I said, it's all over. And the path to get up here is really nice. But it is pretty neat walking on it, and it runs all along this edge. I'll show it to you on my way down. Alright, well, let's walk over here. Some kind of structure here, maybe even a makeshift blacksmith shop, because I see the tin and everything, but there's a that's a ginormous, like 12 by 12 beam. Could have been used to hold a forge or something, or a an anvil. It's pretty neat how they linked the pieces of track together. I can't even imagine that. One, bringing all that stuff up here, and then two, like, without a, we're so used to our luxuries today. Grinding wheels, grinders, cut-off wheels, stuff like that. Cut steel in 2 seconds. Can't even imagine that these guys had to cut these sections, bend them, and then drill holes in the track to piece together each section. I can't even imagine how difficult that must have been. And so here's what I was saying. I'm guessing this is maybe waste rock. It's piled up, but it's there's a lot of quartz here. Drop my hammer. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm going to go in. I'm not big on exploring all these, especially by myself. And I'm up here all by myself, so. But we'll take a look inside. Well, that's pretty cool already. It's the ore cart tracks right there. Looks like they stopped though. They're just under this section of probably all this stuff that sloughed off the hill, because there's bedrock right there, and it tapers that way and tapers this way. So, but we'll take a peek. Got a little bit better light than the other tunnel, so we'll see how that looks. Alright, well, let's see. I don't know. That's pretty neat. This light's pretty bright too, though. Try to shine it like that. Got all the gobbing. I need to get a good floodlight. It's very, very cool. Small sections. Track. Looks like an ore bin there. Sorry, I'm trying to do everything at once. Keep my light on. Not trip, not knock into things. Film. Not blind you with the terribly bright light. And then also not die. Some sketchy little sections right there. Yeah, that's all clogged up. It's a nice looking ore. That is so cool looking. Also, very careful. The wood looks nice. And there's footprints back here. Alright, so that is really neat. Look at the old hand hoist. Try to get it as best I can. That is just really, really cool. Look, right there. And that's like the face right there. Sorry from all. Again, I'm sorry all over the place. Overlap. And the wind's up there. Goes up. Put the correction down there. Doesn't look like it goes too far. Doesn't look like heart tracks though, or a lunker, so it's probably a stepped out area in there. Dope. And then this is the face. Okay, so this is the 75-foot tunnel then. And there's the vein they were following. So they're getting some kind of good numbers out of it. And they followed it back up there. And that's what happens when you turn it off. You can see the entrance back there. And nothing that way. Alright. Well, I think that's about it. Out there. Looks like they were digging down there too. And then stopped, gobbed it off. Alright, well, I'm going to take some pictures. Hopefully they'll turn out pretty good. But that is pretty neat right there. I like that. Alright, I'm going to take some pictures. Alright, take two, since my battery died right in the middle of talking. So that was pretty neat. I like that tunnel a lot better than the other one. And I'm going to assume then, given the length of that one, that's the 75 footer and the other was the 100. But I'm not sure if this was the original. It said the 75 was the original, so it wouldn't make sense that this was it. But I'll try to see if I can pull up more stuff on this location. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description and everything and show you where I got my information from. So, yeah, see, look at all this. This is all quartz right here. I'm not sure if this was waste or if it was just the vein that they found, which is why they chose to dig where they dig where they dug. This is the way I came up. And I'll show you the walkway they made. It's pretty neat. If you're gonna come up here, just make sure you got some good hiking boots with grip. It's a lot of really steep spots. And you're trusting your life not to fall in your shoes gripping onto the rock. Probably helps if you're not carrying stuff too, but I got pretty much everything in my backpack other than these. So if I was going to fall, I'll tell you, my flashlight and my hammer would definitely not be on my list of things to save. And right now, it's probably not too bad because it's nice and cold. So I don't think there's much up here, but I would imagine during the summertime, watch for snakes because there are tons of little hiding spots for them. Let's jump out and bite you. Alrighty. Grab. Alright. So the path is right there. But I just wanted to show you this. That's a fall. No, that didn't work. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, that's a ways down there. And they built this neat little path. You can follow it all the way across. See the hand stacked rocks. It's pretty cool. These were a tough people, I'll tell you what. Prospectors and stuff. Some of the stuff they did was just amazing. I guess when you have to, though, instead of like us, just doing it for fun, when you have to, it's a bigger motivation to do bigger things, I guess. Alright, heading down this path.